Hi, I'm Deserie Flores, and I am here with my introduction to my documentary on Channel Islands National Park. I'm studying Channel Islands National Park because it is a place I've always wanted to go to and know more about. It seems interesting because it is one of North America's greatest treasures. It is known as a treasure because it is made up of 8 California islands, all into one big island. It is also interesting how it's part of California, even though it is in the ocean and not exactly in the state like the rest of the national parks. I've also discovered that there are 2,000 plant and animal species in the 8 islands. The most amazing part is that 145 of them are found nowhere else in the world but the islands.
Channel Islands National Park. Wild California. Untouched, unspoiled. California in all its natural splendor, as you would have found it half a thousand years ago. Channel Islands National Park. Spread across 5 of California's Channel Islands, lie just offshore from Santa Barbara and Ventura on the Central Coast. This park is more than a federally protected Catalina, much more. The mainland visitor centers on California's southern coast are full of information. Sheltered from the Pacific in a bustling harbor, a jumping-off point. It's a salt spray boat ride to the park. Being islands, the only way they can be reached is by water or by air. You arrive at Scorpion Ranch on the north shore of Santa Cruz Island. Here, you get down to basics. You are isolated. You must cope. You pitch your tent on a campsite you've booked in advance. You've brought only what you can carry. There are no telephones and no food vending machines. You bring what food you need, but fires are not allowed, so you cook on a camp stove. In hiking through this island wilderness, you'll find that the trails are primitive. Some of the hikes can be strenuous, but the rewards are worth it.
Channel Islands has been expanded for over 13,000 years of human history. The islands were first home to many native Chumash communities. That was before the Europeans kicked them out in the 16th century. Throughout the years, isolation has allowed evolution to progress independently on the island, such as aquatic life from microscopic plankton to the blue whale. The foundation and protection of these resources was ensured when Congress, in the act that created Channel Islands in 1980. Channel Islands was set aside by Congress not only to preserve it, but to provide entertainment.
Close to 1,000 species of plants and animals thrive on these tiny islands. Some species are found nowhere else in the world. But it is the abundant sea life that most amazes us. From tiny life in tide pools to seals and sea lions that bicker and bark or bask in the sun. Dolphins frolic. While myriad seabirds circle in the sky overhead. Of the entire stretch of coastline of the western United States, the Channel Islands are an all-important nesting ground for seabirds, in particular the brown pelican.
So, what makes Channel Islands different from any other national park? Well, it is known for its deep throats that separate them from the mainland and the 8 breathtaking islands, and the sparkling waters that are home to over 200 different species, including plants and animals. The exciting part is that 145 of them are found nowhere else but here. There is no other national park with such rich biodiversity. Compared to Joshua Tree and Sequoia National Park, the amazing trees don't compare with large amazing islands. Also, those 2 national parks have not been around for more than 13,000 years. Channel Islands allows visitors to experience coastal Southern California as it once was. So what are some conflicts Channel Islands is facing right now? Well, a major problem the park is currently facing is non-native invading species. These species are threatening the plant and animal life on the islands. It is important that we keep them from invading and destroying the animal and plants because they are vulnerable to extinction. The possible extinction is based off physical conditions such as limited population, the lack of genetic variability, and stuff like that. There are ways we can prevent this though. For example, when people go visit, they don't start campfires, they can wear clean clothes, and not litter when they visit the park.
You can voyage astride the island's shores on an excursion boat inside of the Anacapa Island Lighthouse. Land at this former lighthouse station. Steep stairs lead to your island adventure. The lighthouse still stands, sentinel to the storms of the Pacific. Hike through forests of yellow coreopsis and myriad other flowering plants. On a clear day from the west end of Anacapa, Inspiration Point, it's a stunning view down the chain of islands. For the more adventurous, voyage by kayak. Just you, the shoreline, and the sea. Then, you might explore some of the largest and deepest sea caves in the world.
What makes this national park different from like any other national parks in the United States?
So one of the things I would say is that our national park not only is comprised of the islands themselves, but it's also 1 mile out from each island. So the ocean part of the park too. So we're not just a land park, but we're also an ocean park.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I found that pretty interesting.
Yeah, and that's something else that's really special is we have over 140 endemic species, so they're found nowhere else except for our island.
Oh, that's really cool. Okay, and then my last question was, is there like any conflicts or problems going on in the park right now, like either environmental or like human or man-made?
Yeah, I mean, ocean acidification is definitely one of the main problems that our park will face and is facing.
Oh, okay. Is that like currently right now?
Yeah, it's not as extreme right now, but it'll continue to get worse. So we're trying to minimize the effects of it as much as we can right now for the future.
And is there anything being done to fix the problems?
A lot of research. So we have kelp forest monitors who are divers who go out each year and monitor different locations under the water, and also just a lot of public education. So we do programs about the oceans, and we try to teach people about why they're important.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, thank you very much, Lauren.
Yeah, no problem. Have good luck.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Charles Darwin had to sail all the way to the Galapagos to find an island sanctuary crawling with unique creatures. Yet a few miles off the coast of Southern California, there's a chain of 5 islands that are often called the American Galapagos. Channel Islands National Park and Marine Sanctuary. Reaching an island park means a boat, a plane, or a 20-mile swim. This may be why it's one of the least visited of the national parks. Only about 250,000 visitors per year as compared to 10 million for Yellowstone.
Once you've probed the wonders of Channel Islands National Park, you'll know why it is often called America's Galapagos.